So the next young lady I'm going to introduce, this individual was born in Chicago, raised in Lagos, Nigeria. Dr. Omobonike Odegbami, a married mother of 2 children, currently serves as the Vice Chancellor of International Programs and Global Partnerships. She has been an administrator at Wayne County Community College District for 9 years, serving even as a dean, assistant to the president, campus vice president, and campus president, provost, before assuming her current position. In her role, she provides excellent leadership for international programs, professional development of federal work study students, and alignment between the campus and also various district offices. Agents of Hope is very honored and grateful for Dr. Omobonike to come and accept coming to speak, and also to, before I call her up, I'd like to give her a round of applause. These lovely books that you have with you are courtesy of Dr. Omobonike. So let's give her a round of applause. Say thank you for letting us part with this.
I want everybody to imagine that we're in a room, in a house, and we're having a good time, and we just listened to 2 wonderful speakers who intimidate the heck out of me. And I think I shared this with Shola when I saw the list, like, how dare you put me with these 2 people? I'm just a little kid compared to them. But now we're having this wonderful conversation, and we hear a loud, strange noise upstairs. Can you tell me what is going to be the reaction of many people in this room? What? I know you're going to flee out. He's right. Just like those movies on like Lifetime television, and there's a loud noise somewhere, and no one takes the time to go see where the noise is coming from. We run. And I kind of wonder, why do we do that? Including myself, because like you said, I'm out. When I put that in an analogy of life, the problem is we run because we are afraid of the unknown. And that in itself prevents us from succeeding. Those that are bold enough to go see where that noise is coming from have mastered the journey to success. But for a large number of us, we're already outside now because we ran out of this building. Please join me as I take you on a metaphorical journey on how I found my place at the table. As previously introduced, my name is Bonike Odegbami. Please let's drop the doctor. Everybody that knows me knows I don't do titles. From janitor to chancellor, my name is Bonike all day long. I decide who I want to interact with, so it doesn't matter what you call me. If I've made a decision that we are not going to have an interaction, we won't. But the title for me stands in a way, and because I work with students, I hate titles. Because the minute you're a doctor, then students are afraid to come talk to you. But anybody that knows me, and I mean those that knows me very well, not the ones that think they know me, but the ones that do know me will tell you I'm the most down-to-earth administrator that Wayne County Community College District hires. I came to Michigan in 2003, and I'm giving you a background before we go on our journey. And it's not cold outside, so we don't need our coat. So we're still outside right now, okay? But before we start our journey, let me give you a little bit of background. I came to Michigan in 2003. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, and a lot of people ask me, who leaves Atlanta and comes to Michigan? And I ask myself the same thing. But God had a divine plan for me. He sure did. While I lived in Atlanta, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my business so you can kind of put things in perspective. I didn't have a job, but I spent my husband's money like it was no business. I was at Phipps Plaza in Lenox Mall. I wake up, I get my kids ready, take them to the daycare, and I hit the mall. And boy, I love the American Express card. He didn't mind. He's a Nigerian man. Nigerian men take pride in taking care of their women.
Absolutely.
So I spent it. I didn't have friends, so I go to the mall myself, and I bought shoes. By the time I left Atlanta, I had 200 pairs and counting. One day, I went out to Augusta, and my daughter was at childcare, needed to be picked up at 6 o'clock. So I called my husband. I said, I'm 3 hours away. Can you please pick my daughter up? He said, I'm watching a special on ESPN. Men sometimes have their priorities screwed up. So I'm thinking, it's $1 a minute if we don't pick her up. I'm 3 hours away. I'm gonna need for you to go get her. And we got into this verbal altercation. I don't argue, so I hung up. He's always told me that he hates it when I hang up the phone, so that's exactly why I did that. And I said to myself, don't pick her up. I don't have a job, so we'll use your money to pay for it. By the time I got home, my daughter was picked up. It wasn't tense in the house at all, so I figured everything was okay. It was a Friday. Saturday, I went to a baby shower, and I needed to buy gas. So I took my card, went to the gas station, and tried to pump gas. And it says, see attendant. Okay, well, maybe the card's not working in the machine. So I go in, and it says, the card's been declined. Okay, well, I had a little bit of gas, so I'm just going to go ahead to this baby shower. But I stopped by Target to get a gift. Have you ever been in line at a grocery store, and you're there, and there are like 5 people behind you, and they're like, hurry up already?
Right.
So they swiped the card. It's declined. I said, I'm sorry, can you put the numbers in? I think the magnetic strip might be bad. And she did. It was declined. So I went ahead to my baby shower, and my story, like most stories, is, oh, I forgot your gift at home, I'll bring it back, right? But I ended up enjoying myself at the shower. Then I got home, and I said to my husband, I said, oh, sweetie, on Monday, can you take a look at my card? Because I tried to swipe it, and I told the story. It's not working. He said, yeah, I know. I said, oh, yours is like that too? He said, no. He said, I canceled the card. I took away your spending privileges. And I thought, what? He said, I've told you several times, stop hanging up the phone on me.
Oh my God.
And this is the only way I can get your attention. There's a God, because that was my wake-up call. I made a determination that day that never again will my destiny be in the hands of anybody, ever. We didn't fight. I've been married 22 years. And those are times that I don't look at the negative part. I look at the lesson that that incident taught me. I think I am where I am today because in spite of all the negativity that may have come my way, I've always looked at the lesson it can teach me. He's not a bad person. It was divine. God needed to wake me up and have me wake up and realize what time it is. And I needed a job. I needed to start spending other people's money. So the opportunity to come to Wayne County happened because one of my classmates from my doctoral program called and said, well, they're hiring at Wayne County Community College in Detroit. Do you want to come? And I said, oh no. I mean, it snows over there. And he said, well, yeah, come. I said, I live in Ohio. I can't do Detroit. And I'm thinking, don't they have a whole bunch of crime over there anyway? Like, really? But anyway, he forced me, and the rest is history. I started at Wayne County in 2003 as a dean, a part-time campus dean. In less than a year, I became assistant to the president, full-time. About 2 years later, I became vice president. Another 2 years or so, I became president. And by the time I became a president, I was 34 years old. And before that, if you had asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would tell you that one day, maybe in my 60s, I'm going to be a campus president. And I work towards that. But what happens when you're 34 and you've reached your goal already? I was on a high, a natural high, for a very, very, very long time. And I think that's when my relationship with God got stronger. Because that was testimony that there is a God. See, I wasn't that Nigerian that CNN and 60 Minutes and CBS want to show with the credit card fraud. No, I'm not the one that sent email and asking you for your bank account, that you give it to me anyway. I'm not the one that wants to dupe you out of your money. I can actually make Nigeria proud. What's more of a high? The fact that when we were growing up in this country, my mother cleaned restrooms for a living. And she was a middle-class lady in Nigeria. We had maids and drivers. And she came to this country and she's cleaning people's houses. And they're in their 20s and their 30s and they leave their dirty laundry all over the place. And she'll take us there and we'll clean the house, we clean the toilet. And God forbid you use a toilet brush. Mom would say, put your hand in there and scrub that. So for me to become a campus president meant more to me, not as a personal achievement, but for the fact that many Nigerians in this country worked very hard so I can stand on their shoulders. For that very reason, I make it my business to give back, not just to Nigerians, but to everybody. Anybody that thinks they can't do it, I am living testimony that you can. At 40, I currently run the international program of one of the largest community colleges in the nation. I have students from all walks of life, and I'm proud to say that over 80% of my international students are Nigerians. So I will make sure that we provide enough leadership for them so they can not only give back to their host community, but to go back home and give back to the wonderful foundation that we all have. So that's about me. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to take you on a journey, and it's a metaphorical journey, so please bear with me. Remember, we're still standing outside because all of us cowards, we ran out, right? Okay. There are two types of cars out there, and there are not enough cars to fit everybody. So some people are going to be drivers, and some people are going to be passengers. So let's play imaginary games there. One type of car is a company car. Other car is a personal car. I have a company car. I'm not bold enough to get a company car yet, but I may make an appointment to go see that young man right there because I do want my own car too. So, yes, but I have a company car. And some of you are going to have company cars and some of you are going to have personal cars. And like I said, there are not enough cars for everybody, but I'm going to challenge you that when you go out there to get the car, make sure you're the driver. You have to be the driver of your destiny. You cannot put someone else in a driving seat and then blame them for your success or failure. You're going to have passengers. For those of us that are drivers, we're going to have passengers. I look at passengers like chess. If you play chess and I play chess, and I use chess game with everything in my life, my staff will tell you our office is a game. Wayne County is a game. My marriage is a game. How I deal with my in-laws is a game. My mother-in-law is the only person on this planet that does not know that I don't like her. I play chess very well. So I anticipate your move before you make it. I'm extremely strategic. Everything I do is a purpose. There's a reason behind it. I'm not just this nice girl. Trust me. There's something behind every move. I'm extremely strategic. And I like to tell you that I think at Wayne County that has probably helped with my acceleration in ranks, because my boss will tell you I am extremely strategic. He thinks I'm intelligent. I just think I'm very strategic. And being a Nigerian adds to that because we're one smart bunch. So look at your passengers as your chess pieces. You're going to have the pawns. Don't treat them bad because you're going to need them. And it's just a matter of time. They're smart. They can become leaders. You're going to have your bishops. You're going to have the kings. Each person in your car is like your teammate. They're like people you interact with. We had a speaker now that said you don't become successful by yourself. Trust me, you need a team. Without a team, you are nothing. Remember, when in your car, make sure you're not the only person in that car that knows how to drive. In life, make sure you're not the most intelligent person in your group. You're not the richest person in your group. You're not the smartest person in your group, because that's a boring-ass person. You need to be able to surround yourself by people who are successful, people that you can mentor, people that can mentor you, people you can learn from, people that allow you to be humble. I have all kinds of people in my office that I surround myself by, and I learn from them every single day. And I'm not afraid to tell them I don't know how. I don't know how to use Excel. So why does Dr. Ivy, my boss, have me do a document that requires Excel? I don't know how to do that. But I'll never tell him that, though. I'll call on Ashante and say, hey, can you do this? And then she'll say, let me show you. No, don't show me. Just always surround yourself by different types of people. You become boring when you surround yourself by all of you are successful and that's all you know. You'll never be able to relate to people who are less than, ever. If I surrounded myself by a whole bunch of people that are like me, I would never be able to relate to my students. And if you go to Wayne County Community College District, or you work here, or you do business with us, you understand that we deal with students from all walks of life. Some life have dealt them a bad card. Some people just made the wrong decisions along the way. Some people got laid off and now they're coming back for retraining. Some people are bored and they just want to learn how to weave a basket. I mean, we have all of them. Some people come from different countries and they want to get that degree and that American dream so they can move on. So I need to be able to deal with all kinds of people. In your car, you need to be able to have different types of people. And you need to be able to know how to deal with different types of people. A staff member told me, not my staff, but somebody else's staff yesterday was telling me, you know, I haven't mastered how to kiss my own tush. So I'm not about to kiss anyone. And I said, wow. She said, you feel me? Mm-hmm. It's like wine. It's an acquired taste. But honey, if you want to sit at the table with the big boys, you're going to learn how to love red wine. So you call it kissing tush. I'll call it being very, very strategic. It's all political. You might want to play that game, whatever that game is. So in your car, you might want to play that game if you want a smooth ride. If you've taken driver's ed in this country, I mean, I didn't learn how to drive in Nigeria, so I think people that learn how to drive in Nigeria just steal their parents' car and just start driving. Yeah. But I learned how to drive in this country, and there's this order on how you do things. So they teach you when you get in, put on your seatbelt, check your mirror. We're going to do the same thing on this trip. I need you guys to check your side view mirrors, make sure they're set. They represent your surroundings. Make sure you are aware of your surroundings. And no matter whatever career path you want to take, make sure you're aware of your surroundings. You need to make sure that, understand that there are blind spots, and you may not be able to see those in your rear view mirror, in your side view mirror, but you need to be aware that there are blind spots. So sometimes when you want to switch lanes, you might require a quick dab. But don't just start staring there now, because you're on the freeway. But you need to be aware of your surroundings. In my life, I was aware of my surroundings when I was working on my bachelor's. I used to see these people come to campus and they're like guest speakers in other people's class, and I'm always wondering, like, what are those people here for? And I'm real nosy. So I went into one of the classes just to find what are they talking about. And they're talking about Bowling Green, Ohio. Where is that? I've never heard of Bowling Green, Ohio. I went to Bowie State University. I don't think I've ever saw a white person when I was at Bowie State, ever. Everybody around me was my color. I grew up in Nigeria. Everybody around me looked just like me. So I see this white lady, and I'm thinking, what does she want? And she's talking to us about Bowling Green. I was aware of my surroundings. What I took out of that meeting was a full scholarship to study school psychology at Bowling Green State University. I jumped on it. I graduated in '97 and moved to Ohio. I didn't know anybody in Ohio. And she already told me that they suffer from diversity issues, but it's okay. Because I didn't come to the United States for diversity, I came to get a degree. All that extra distraction is just that, it's distraction. I need to go back home, so I don't care about that. But will I get a degree and I don't have to pay? She said, yeah, I'm gone. Be aware of your surroundings. There are opportunities everywhere. Shola organized this event today, and he brought out his friends that hopefully will become our friends. So Network, meet with them, talk to them, take business. My staff is in the room today, and they know that by Monday they need to show me 3 business cards, 3 separate business cards of people they met today. I can't tell you what the consequences are going to be, but they know what it is. So please be aware of your surroundings. Your rearview mirror represents your past. We all have it. We all have skeletons in our closet. We've made bad decisions. Lord knows I've made mine. But I don't sit and dwell on it. So when you're driving, please glance at your rearview mirror, but don't stare at it because you're going to crash when you're driving. I don't think you've ever seen anybody driving and just staring at the rearview mirror and then keep driving. You need to be able to focus at the windshield, looking left and right, looking at your rearview, your side view mirrors, but don't stare at the rearview mirror. However, glance at it. You need to look back at your past, things you've done that you don't want to repeat. Or you may see someone from your past that's speeding. Last night I was going home on 96, and I just happened to look in my rearview mirror, and this car was speeding like they had an appointment with death. I didn't have one, so I needed to move. But if I didn't pay attention, that car would have run right into me. And maybe he wanted to die. I have 2 kids, I'm not ready. So I moved out of the way. Always pay attention to your rearview mirror. So now we're going on the trip. We started a car and we're on our way. And there's a speed limit. It's either 70, 75, 50, whatever it is, depends on where you are. Go the speed limit. It's okay once in a while to go over. When it's 70, I do 80. Because I don't know why somebody told me if I go 5 or 10 over, I will get pulled over. Somebody told me, I don't know, somebody told me that. But I'll go by 80. I'll go by 80. And once in a while, I have to confess, I speed, I go about 90, you know. Especially if I'm listening to some 50 Cent in the car, it's like it's on and popping, and I'm speeding. But I implore you to go the speed limit. Drive responsibly. Make decisions that are responsible. If you're driving your own car, then you know you're responsible for quite a lot. If you're driving a company car, even though you may not be responsible for the car, but that's your bread and butter for that minute. So please treat it right. We're going to run into traffic. If you're on 75 or 94, oh my gosh, you know you run into traffic. Be patient. I have students that say, well, I want to get out of here in 2 years. You may think you want to get out of here in 2 years, and your plan of work may say 2 years, but honey, you didn't come to us with the right foundation for math and English. So it's going to take you a little more than 2 years. It's okay, because success is a journey. It's not a destination. Our destination is when we die. So keep at it. The disaster is when you don't have a goal. The disaster is when you're not on any journey. But if you're on it, just keep going. Baby steps. It's okay. Now, don't move too slow, because I think they give you a ticket if you're going 45 and a 60. Please don't take shortcuts. So there's a traffic. And you know on the freeway, there's these, I think they call them for emergency vehicles only. And some dumb people, they don't want to stay in that traffic, so they do that wrong turn of thing and they turn. You get caught doing that. Whenever you take shortcuts in life, you get caught doing that. And whatever that shortcut is for you, as it relates to you or your vocation, don't take shortcuts. It's more rewarding when you do it the right way. Trust me, it's rewarding when you do it the right way. For my dissertation, we have this old guy that I heard he doesn't really read the whole dissertation when you go defend. I mean, he needs bifocals. He can barely read. And, he'll have your paper and do this, and, he'll just say, yeah, you did it. I'm like, oh, I want him. But I couldn't get him. I really, really wanted that guy because I hated writing. After about 3 years, I'm done. I don't even want this PhD anymore. But something in me said, no, how about you just do it the right way? Because if I had gotten it from him, then my degree would not be authentic. And somewhere, you may not know, I'll know though, that there's something wrong with that degree. So please don't take shortcuts. I told you about blind spots, and we all have them. We've all had them in our career. It's okay. When you have them, it's like making a mistake. It's okay. Just learn from them. But when you don't make a mistake, you can't learn. So you're not able to speak to others about how to move forward. I can tell my students about a lot of mistakes I've made, a lot of poor decisions I've made. I eloped when I was 17. And I wasn't pregnant, but I was in love. I thought I was. I'm in love now. But then I thought I was. I didn't want to stay home because my mother wants me to leave. She wants me to come home at 10 o'clock. Who comes home at 10 o'clock at night? So I eloped. And after I eloped, I joined the military. So now I'm out because I didn't want anybody to tell me what to do. 30 days out, my light was cut off because I couldn't pay my light bill. And I called my mom. She said, wow, welcome to America, my darling. That's what happens when you don't pay your bills. Hope you have a blanket. She never offered for me to come back home. She never offered. It was a blind spot. I think if I know what I know now, I would have made that decision to leave at that time. But I'm glad I made that decision. So when my son acts like he knows everything, I don't argue. Do you? There are going to be accidents on this freeway when we're going. Have you ever been on the freeway and there's an accident and then people stop and the accident's on the other lane, but they stop and they're looking, what are you looking at? Move, because I got to go. But you're standing there and you're looking. They call them gawkers, right? You just sit there and you're looking. Don't be a gawker in life. Because they slow down and I wonder if he was speeding. I wonder if it was a chase. I wonder if it's just, don't wonder. You either pull over and help him or keep it moving. But stop watching, stop looking, stop making other people's disaster a movie in your life. Move on. It's okay to help if you want to, but if you can't, just keep moving. Because not only are you slowing yourself down, you're slowing people behind you down, and people in your car are probably getting quite impatient. If you drive on 75, they have potholes. I can't even talk about 75 because if you drive in Nigeria, they have potholes everywhere. Your body aches when you drive in Nigeria. Even if you're not a passenger, your body aches.
That's why you need an SUV.
Yeah, well, even that, your body aches. We all have it sometimes, and we're going to run into these potholes. And some you can avoid, and some you can't avoid, and it's okay. Don't let a pothole, an obstacle, a little delay prevent you from reaching your goal. When you bump into it, get right back up. If you busted a tire, get out, fix the tire, call your AAA, do whatever you need to do, and get back on the road. Don't sit there and make yourself a victim. A lot of times, I say to my staff, and I have a lot of American staff, so they probably think I don't like Americans. I love Americans, but Americans make a lot of excuses. Stop making excuses. Just get up and go. Just go, 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 go. Let's not sit there and just say, oh, I had a flat tire, now I can't move on with this. You know, I have students that say, you know, my father was never in my life, so, you know, I've had a hard life. Sure, my father was never in my life. I don't know where that's like. He was too busy making babies. He makes babies everywhere. But that's not a reason for me not to succeed, and it's not a reason for you not to succeed. I talked to DPS kids not too long ago, and I told them, don't let us tell you you don't have toilet paper in the school, that's why you can't succeed. Get a bowl of water and wash that. Don't tell us that, don't let us tell you that you don't have enough books. I see you on your phone, you go online on that, and you do Facebook on that, then come on. Because if you wait for us, we're going to tell you every reason why you cannot succeed. And we'll fight. See them in City Hall. They are clowns. They fight and fight and fight, and nothing gets done at the expense of our children. So I told those kids, never let all these little roadblocks be a reason why you don't succeed. Yes, you can succeed. I went to school in Nigeria. If there are any Nigerians in this room that went to school in Nigeria, unless you're lying, we have a building made up of bricks, and then there are no windows, and then this the roof. And I don't know what they're supposed to do with roofs, but whatever they're supposed to do, they didn't do it to ours. So there's no breeze. It's hot. It's worse than Vegas, worse than Arizona heat. And in some schools, you carry your bench and your table to school, in some schools.
Yeah, every day.
And then they take the light, okay? So you have power, and we're too busy telling DPS kids what they don't have. They don't have power. So at nighttime, we need to study. I know for a fact I study with a candle. I put that candle on the table, and I have this book, and I'm doing this number. Because if you don't study, you fail. And when you fail, we don't have McDonald's where you can work. So you become unemployed. And the biggest motivator for us were not our parents. It was each other. You don't want your friends to know that you just got an F. It's okay if your mom knows. She may cover. You don't want that friend that sees you all GQ'd know that, oh, you got an F. So you're going to study, and you're going to study, and you're going to persist in spite of. And that's what we need to do as adults. Let's persist in spite of. Let's stop making excuses of what's not working. The bank didn't give you the loan, so find another way of funding this. Oh, they didn't give me a loan because I'm black. No, they didn't give anybody a loan. It's not. Let's stop making it a race issue. It's not. Does racism exist? Absolutely. But we can become victims of that if we want, and remain victims of that if we want. Or we can succeed in spite of those potholes. We're going to see exits, and I encourage us all to take those exits. Take the exit, refill your gas. Take the exit, rest. There are rest stops, take a break, travel, go on a vacation, go get your nails done, get a haircut, buy some clothes. Take a break. It's okay, take a break. It makes you more refreshed when you get back on the freeway. Get something to drink, get something to eat. When you get back on, remember you're going to have distractions. You're going to have people that are speeding, like the one that almost ran me over yesterday. You're going to have these, what's up with deers in Michigan? Like everywhere you turn, like, oh my gosh, where'd that come from? I mean, it's like we live in a zoo. I tell my kids I live in a zoo. In my backyard, I have raccoons, I have coyotes, I have deer, I have snakes. It's like, oh my gosh, what's up with all these animals here? On the freeway, they come in, they just jump in the middle of the road. So you're going to have these distractions. You're going to have people that have road rage, like insane road rage. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on where you're going. Wherever that is, it will be different for everybody. So please keep your eye on the prize. In closing, I'm going to tell you what has worked for me. Get a mentor. And I think we all have the same theme. Get a mentor. I was fortunate. I had a mentor all stages of my life. I didn't ask for it. He just came. He just mentored me. My current mentor is also my boss. He's like my father. I brag that I'm the apple of Dr. Ivy's eye all day long. Dr. Ivy said to me one day, he said, I am determined for you to succeed. How can you feel somebody like that? So even when I want to act up, I have to remember that this guy just told me he's determined that I need to succeed. Network. I see people at the table and they sit, I have your faces in here, and they're sitting with people they know. That is the wrong way to network. I had a mentor, Dr. Miller. He consults with Wayne County now. And when we go to chamber meetings, Dr. Miller will say, when we get in there, Bonike, you pick another table, don't sit with me. I was just telling my friend here, I said, I was talking to Shola and I told Shola I'm shy. And Shola thought, shy where? I am. I don't do well with strangers. I won't start the conversation. I'm very standoffish. It takes a minute for me to warm up. Once I warm up, it's a whole different story. So when you don't know me, I come off as, yeah, that. But I'm not. It just takes a minute. So now you put me in a room to network with people I don't know. And I sit there, and that's where I got the idea from. When we finish with this meeting, I need you to have 3 business cards to bring back to me. So now I have to say, excuse me, can I have your business card? So now we have to talk. Don't sit with people you know. Just, expand your networking. Somebody else said something here that I take to heart. It's read. I can't stand people that don't read. I'm not talking about reading for a class. We all have to do that at some point. I'm not saying reading because for a job or for an assignment. I'm saying pick up a book. Just read. Yeah, you can watch the news, but hey, if you watch 7 o'clock news, the first 17 minutes, somebody killed somebody raped somebody, Jesus. Read a book, pick up a book. I'm reading a book right now that I've bragged about that book to my staff, to everybody. It's called Mastery by Robert Greene. It talks about social intelligence, and boy, that is a wonderful book. No, I don't work for them, I'm not marketing for them, I'm just saying that is a good book. And I don't have to read it, but I'm reading it. Take time to read. Just pick up a book. And that's why I brought books today. Just read. Just read just because. It broadens your horizons, opens you up, it gives you ideas. Get out of your comfort zone. I got out of my comfort zone a few years ago because I needed to meet with some people some politicians in Detroit who were working on the millage, and everybody was doing what they needed to do to get, the votes. So I had to network, and I'm networking with big dogs. and they golf. And I don't golf. I don't even watch golf. I think it's boring. But I had to get out of my comfort zone because at the time I was a campus president and I needed to mingle with my constituents. And they had a golf outing and I got the invitation to come to the golf outing. And I was going to wear my 6-inch heels and look cute. Then I got there and said, come on, we got you your golf set, whatever. Like, oh, okay. So I changed and I had the wrong shoes on, so I had to buy shoes and I golfed. I think I did. But I learned how to golf moving forward. I live in Northfield now. There are golf courses everywhere. And when I'm talking to my neighbors, they'll say, you know, maybe we should meet over a golf game or something. I'm thinking we should meet over a golf game. But what I realized, that's where decisions are being made.
Sure.
So I've made some right connections. I've made some decisions. I've closed some deals on the golf course. I can also tell you another thing that I don't encourage you guys to do. Is I went to an event at the Detroit Athletic Club. And I got there, everybody looks like my father, like old people. So we're talking and, you know, they pull out cigars. And I'm thinking, I don't even know how to smoke a cigarette. But guess what? I smoke a cigar. And decisions have been made in a place called 1701 downtown, where we go down and we smoke. And over cigars, we make decisions. And I know my Christian friends will say, you know, you shouldn't smoke. Honey, I do whatever works for me. I need to close the deal. If that means I want to do what big boys do, I'll do that. And that's how I'm finding my seat at the table. In your case, you do whatever works for you, but I'm going to encourage you, never limit yourself. Have a wonderful day.